Hey guys, welcome to episode number 6 of the Level Up Project. I have a very special guest with us today. Her name is Raiza Bonaparte. She is the CEO of Capital Tailor and fashion designer of Despampanante, which I'm told means what exactly?
Stunning.
Stunning. Cool. So Raiza, you are a serial entrepreneur. You've done a little bit of everything. I want you to dash us with some wisdom on who you are and how you got to where you are and what it is that you do.
That's a huge, huge, huge question. But really, for me, business or entrepreneurship, it's more of a passion that I have. If I think that there's a great opportunity to make something and provide a solution, I'm going to go for it. So I have actually reinvented myself many times from where I started to where I am today. I've done different industries, starting with, first it was fashion. I started with fashion, but my first business that I opened was a food business.
Food business.
Yes, with my husband. That was the one, like brick and mortar, because there's a lot of times where you do business as a self-employed and you start business from home, but a brick and mortar that we actually set up was a food business.
Wow. So from a food business, how did you go from food business to fashion? And where is that gap in between?
Oh, wow. Let's see. The food business was more, like I said, an opportunity. We saw a gap in that community, and it looked like they needed that we were providing. So I went into, the business mode, doing the business plan and the research, and I saw, yes, absolutely, there's a need, so let's set it up. And the money looked like it was going to be great.
Definitely.
So, you do all of those things, of course, and then you have to realize that you have to close when it's not working. So you have to have an exit strategy and be ready for that, and to execute it correctly. So one of the things I've learned in my businesses is you have to have an exit strategy, and you have to be ready for that. Otherwise, it's going to consume you. Okay. We closed our food business because the economy changed, the area changed, and my husband is a master tailor and designer, and he's an entrepreneur, but he has a passion for sewing and for making things all the time, and I love fashion. So, being that in the industry, also I noticed another gap. People need more clothing. People need better clothing.
Right.
People need more fashionable clothing.
Right.
And so we got determined to create a product that is higher level, better quality, that the service that you get from where you want to go and purchase that luxury item is excellent. And we started designing an experience for our clients because a lot of people we see are not happy shopping anymore. So we provide an experience when they come and shop with us. It's custom, is for you, it's intimate, it's not like going to the store. And a lot of people love that. And we have gone from 0 to over 2,000 clients.
Oh, wow.
And that's unusual for something so exclusive.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember this is something, it's a different kind of shopping experience, but I was in Florida and I was looking for some shoes. I walked into the store and the guy immediately, he came up to me and he asked me what I was looking for and why I had come in the store. I was thinking to myself, I'm in Florida shopping, I just came in to look around. What we tell everybody that's in sales, I'm just here to look around.
Right.
And he started asking me really good questions. He got into, do you like shoes with more support? Do you like them to be a little firmer? Do you like them to be soft?
Yes.
What kind of areas do you walk in? And I was thinking to myself, wow, this guy really cares. He's really interested in helping me find the perfect pair of shoes.
Yes.
And I was also thinking, like, if everybody, honestly, if everybody treated me this way, I would not have any money because everything would be spent on clothing.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
But
It's the experience.
It is an experience. But in reality, what happened was I found the perfect pair of shoes and I had a great experience. So I feel like that's a similar thing that you're trying to do as well.
Yes. We wanted to create a space where clients felt relaxed and that they can design what they want to wear, that it'll fit them the way they want it to fit them, that they can create something original or that we can just create pieces that you're going to wear to work, your daily pieces, but you feel comfortable in. It's yours. Is made to your measurements, which is, we're not mannequins. We do go to the store and we can find something that fits us well, but there's always these tweaks because not everyone is the same height or the same width. We all have different measurements everywhere. We are all very, very different. So we make clothes that fit you perfectly to your body. And once you start having that experience and you feel so good in your clothes, you feel empowered, you want to go out, you want to look good, you want to always look good.
Right.
I'm sure you're going to keep going to that store because of that guy that gave you that experience.
Definitely. And on another end, I'm going to keep on buying from you because the moment I kind of had like a little, it was making me feel good the way you were talking about the clothing, because when I wear the suit that I purchased from you and when I wear the shirt, it just fits so well. I could be sitting down and everything just stays in line. It stays perfectly. It's like, it's awesome. And the suit, it just feels amazing. When I wear any other shirt, I feel the difference. It's totally different. It gives me a different vibe, and I'm like, no, I need this one.
Yes.
This is the one that's crisp. It makes you feel a set of confidence. It's
Confidence.
like same thing when I got my Invisalign off. It was a 2-year treatment. After that, I was like, wow, there's a huge difference, and you really, really feel it. And that's the difference that your clothing, I'm sure, makes other people feel too.
Thank you. And that's our goal. It's to have people feel not that they're wearing clothes they bought somewhere, but that they created something specific for them and that's going to fit them like a glove in any way. Like some people like it looser, some people like it more fitted, some people, you have your own preferences. That's when as designers we come into play and help you with the styling. Because there's one thing that it has to fit you right.
Right.
Then there's how does it look? Does it look right for what you're doing? So we also I consult with my clients on what do you do? Where do you go?
Oh, similar like the shoes.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. If you're a lawyer, are you going to wear this to the courtroom? Mm-hmm. And is this going to be more of a business suit? So I want to make sure that they can stretch out their arm comfortably, that they can move around comfortably in every possible way. I have a dancer. When he tries on our clothes, he has to dance for me.
Really?
Absolutely.
You're kidding.
You have to dance. I have to see how you move. I want to see that everything, because you may not realize that we can probably make it more comfortable here when you stretch this way. As an attorney, you're not going to do this.
Right.
Right? But as a dancer, you are. So that craftsmanship of making that same jacket for another person technically has to be made differently so that he can be comfortable when he makes these moves when he dances. So all of this we take into consideration on the style and the way we make it and the fabric that we choose. It's very detailed. That's why it works so well for everyone. And I ask questions. Are you going to be, let's say, going to a wedding?
Right.
Okay, what do you do a lot at a wedding? You hug people, right? You're always embracing. So the embrace, when you're wearing clothing, especially if it's fitted, could restrict you from doing that. So we talk about the functions you're going to be doing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's important.
It really is. So two things that strike to me are two business principles or things in business are focusing on details and customer experience. Tell me, I mean, you're here now, you have over 2,000 customers, you kind of as business owners, we're always pushing to the next level, but I'm sure there was a time where there was some struggle. Talk to me, please, shed some light on that. Let us hear about that, because that's really where we learn and grow.
Struggles, and I want to talk about the struggles currently.
Sure.
Because I've had companies where I've closed because the struggles, going through that struggle or that time frame wasn't going to it wasn't going to work with the business plan. Then the time your ROI wasn't going to be what you wanted it to be by the time you wanted it to be there. So you just decide to move on. In this business that I right now, the Capital Tailor, struggles that we had in the past were when we opened our brick and mortar. We started by having 6 offices because I feel that when you want to provide a very close experience, you need to have an intimate relationship with your client. So we would see clients by appointment at a location near them that would be convenient to them. I could always travel to those locations. So I had 6 offices in the DMV, and I would choose the days those offices were actually set up for appointments. So they weren't open every day. You know, if you
Okay.
wanted to go to Tyson's Corner, it would be on Monday. But if you wanted to be in Bethesda, I would be there on Tuesday. See, if I wanted to be in Baltimore, that would be Wednesday. So there would be a different day that I would be at a different office. And I did that for a while, and then we decided to open a brick and mortar. Now, opening a brick and mortar, a store, now I have a retail location, and now it's going to be a different experience. So unfortunately, I overlooked that I was changing the experience
Right.
by changing the business model. And I opened the brick and mortar, we opened the store, I tweaked the business plan because now I'm going to have retail clients coming in. Now I'm not making clothing per order. Now I'm having to have inventory. So now I'm adding inventory to the store. I can't have a store without inventory. And then I have my operation downstairs, which is the tailor shop with, now we're doing alterations, which we didn't do before. So I added another aspect to the business, which is more revenue according to my business plan.
Sure.
More revenue according to my business plan. I have retail, inventory. Now I have operation downstairs. I have to have tailors that I have to pay. And I have to have people coming in to do the alterations and to do the things and to request clothing to be made for them at the shop. This was not part of the business plan before.
Really?
But what I overlooked was that I had clients already that were loving the experience, the intimacy. And instead of having both, I replaced one with the other. Unknowingly. Clients could still make an appointment and come to the store, but now they may have had to wait a little longer than they had to before. Before they got to the office, to their appointment, they were going to be taken care of right away. So now I created a different experience. And long term, the clients didn't like that experience. I could tell by I could tell by when they visited us or not, how many times they reduced the amount of times they came in.
Okay.
And it was because of the experience that they were lacking. Also, the brick and mortar didn't create more clients than I was creating already with my 6 offices. So eventually, the cost of having the brick and mortar didn't sustain with what was coming in. And I had to make a new decision and close the brick and mortar store and go back to my original idea to have it by appointments because my clients were telling me that, and I had to listen to my clients.
Right.
My clients were saying to me, we prefer appointments, or I really liked how it was before. And just clients that were coming into the store, by the way, do you do appointments? So just the clients, listening to the clients' needs helped me get over that hurdle because it was affecting my business. But I had to step back and start listening to the client and see, okay, what do the clients really want? Not what I want because I want this, and I can't just be happy by having a store that people aren't really coming in.
A nice store in Georgetown.
In Georgetown, okay, the expenses there.
Right.
My clients were begging for the experience of having that intimate conversation, to be able to sit down quietly, to have everything designed, to have my undivided attention. And that was the key. It was that experience that they're looking for. Close the store and you won't believe it. I opened a new office on I Street, and I think on the 2nd or 3rd of January, meaning beginning of the year, I look at my calendar and I have appointments booked.
Oh, wow.
I'm just opening the office, already appointments booked. And it continued that way. The clients were responding. And I don't regret having to listen to the client. I would do that every time. Going forward with all my businesses is really analyze, what does my market really want? Because sometimes what we're looking to do may not be the solution, but the client themselves can tell you what it is they want and why they come to you.
Right.
So let's focus on that. And that really helped me get over that.
Wow. Yeah, that's clear. It's something as simple as, what does my client really want?
Because we have great ideas. All of us
Right.
entrepreneurs, we come out with these awesome ideas.
Oh, yeah.
But what does the client really want? I had a great experience. The Capital Tailor was chosen by the business school in Maryland, Smith School of Business, to create a syllabus around the Capital Tailor for their graduating business class. So I had about 40 students working on my business plan for 6 months.
Wow. It's a great opportunity.
Yes, it was amazing. And they broke it down into groups, And they were my consultants for all those months into how to expand the business, branding, you name it, anything that I could think of. They would go and make projects and present to me different ideas on what I could do with the business. A lot of schools have that opportunity, but people don't know that.
Do they? How do people sign up for that?
You have to contact the business schools.
Okay.
And tell them that you are an emerging business. They review to make sure that you are at a point where they can make a difference.
Right.
And if you're at a point where they can make a difference, you would be chosen for one of these classes so that you can work with the professor and the students. And they actually create the syllabus a couple of months ahead of the class beginning because it has to be surrounding around your business. So first, you and the professor kind of come up with what are the key points that you want to establish? What are the things you need in order to succeed in your business? What do you think you want the class to work on for you? And then they create the syllabus, and then the students go ahead and finish it's like a thesis for them. It's great.
Wow.
It's a great opportunity.
That's a phenomenal opportunity for the students.
Yes.
And also for the entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So any current entrepreneurs listening right now, this is a solid opportunity. Listen to Raiza and, go into that and let us know how it went.
I've always used the youth to me is very important. You remember when you were young? You
Yes.
still are. You still are.
A couple years ago. A couple years ago. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
A couple years ago.
Your brain is just going, right? And you have all these wonderful ideas in your current. You're in the now.
Right.
Okay? That's amazing. I think that we need to give more opportunities. It helps us and it helps them. And ultimately, you're going to make the decision, okay? But you're giving someone else an opportunity to start their portfolio with a real life case, a real life experience. When I was doing the brick and mortar, I first hired an interior designer, a commercial interior designer, came from New York and gave me the whole quote and the program, how long it was going to take. And I
Right.
thought about it. So let me see if any of the art schools in the areas have interior design. And I contacted the Art Institute, it was in Virginia, and I said, I'm a business. I'm going to start planning everything to do a grand opening in 6 months, and I'm looking to see if you're interested. I just came up to them in using my business as a real-life experience for your graduating class, interior design, where they can work as the interior designers. I will pay them. It won't be like I would pay the other one. I said they'll get a compensation.
Sure.
Or an award, however you'd like. It could be a scholarship. We can work something out. But I would love for the students to work with me if you think this would be great. They loved it. And I had the entire class. And they designed everything. And it was wonderful.
Wow.
And instead of paying $20,000 to the interior designer, I ended up spending less than $5,000. Spread it all the kids. They got laptops. And they were so excited that they were able to graduate, have a laptop, have a stipend, and have worked in a real life case where they can put in their portfolio. And I was very happy with the results. I was very happy. So using those resources at the beginning when you're starting your business, there's so many ways that we can include other up and coming professionals that are going to be willing to give you those collaborations in exchange for experiences. So I've used that and it's been great for me.
Yeah, that's awesome insight. I'm going to share it with everybody I know. That is really phenomenal. I had no idea that was an opportunity.
Yes. Graduating students, think about it. They've worked so hard.
I've heard a lot about people hiring interns.
I have hired interns as well. There's a difference with those two. The graduating classes, they want to have something in their portfolio that they can go to the real world right away and say, I've already done this, I have experience, and they can go and see that real life experience. The interns are learning to put in their resume. Some of them need to do certain hours. It is a requirement. So when I found out that some business courses need hours that you have to work with another real-life business, I started reaching out to those colleges and saying, I want to be listed as one of the businesses that would bring in interns. And I have, in D.C., I think it's Catholic University, I believe, requires 100 hours for each student to have worked in a real-life business, paid or not paid.
Right. Oh, wow.
So they need to have 100 hours. So you can get a lot of help with these, HR, marketing, sales, operations, you name it, business. and they need to do 100 hours of experience. So you can mentor someone, but they're also working with you. It's working hours.
Right.
They have to show their work. So I think that's another great resource.
Yes, that is definitely a phenomenal opportunity.
Yes.
You hear me just looking, I'm listening, I'm thinking about all the ways that they can be implemented into what we do. I'm
Okay,
just thinking,
great.
turning.
Great. I think
That is,
yes.
wow, that's phenomenal. So from food to fashion to challenges to listening to the customer to, you know, internships and people doing a thesis on your business, that really is awesome. That is phenomenal. Where do you see yourself now? Like where's the future for Capital Tailor?
The Capital Tailor, I'm looking for it to be a brand name of fashion. And you asked about challenges, and one of the challenges is our name. The
Name.
Capital Tailor. When you hear the Capital Tailor, what comes to you if you had not known me?
A tailor shop for the DC government.
Yeah. Wow. That's true, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the people that come, just if they don't go a little further to see what are they, who are they think we're a tailor shop.
Right.
And they come to fix their
tailor than
zipper
anything.
and to do the hem and to, you see?
Sure.
So a lot of them initially come for that. So I had thought of the name, and I want to continue to work on the branding. It's where I see myself currently. The Capital Tailor, it's not just a tailor shop.
Right.
We actually don't do any alterations unless you are a custom client. That's our alterations is more of a add-on. It's more of a courtesy that we provide to our clients that purchase from us. So if someone comes and says, I just want to do an alterations, we refer them to another colleague that may have an alteration shop.
Right.
And that's what we do. So the name has been a challenge. And what I see myself doing going forward is rebranding. Despampanante is going to become the main suiting brand for men and women. Ramon Antonio, which is my husband, he's doing his own brand as well for suiting, an online e-commerce store. And I'm going to continue to provide that experience. I love people. I love sitting with my clients. I love designing. So what I see myself is becoming the next Chanel,
Chanel.
Raiza,
Nice. Yeah.
That's what I see myself as continuing to do fashion designing, creating amazing, stunning garments, high quality. But I love working with people. I don't see myself just being in e-commerce and being on the background.
Right. You don't want to be detached from the experience.
I don't. I really like being part of the experience. So I want to continue that. That's going to be me. I'm always going to be able to talk to my clients, sit with my clients, design for my clients, and just make sure that everything is high-end and high quality, and that I'm providing that as well.
No, it's truly phenomenal. And thank you so much for taking the time to
Thank you.
have a conversation. I think this has been great. We've learned a little bit about you, what you've done, and the little cheat codes that you can use in order to get really smart people
Yes.
working on your team, on your project, seeing your vision,
Yes.
and creating plans that can implement it. So no need to spend $20,000 or more
No.
when you can get college students that have the passion, have the drive, and it helps them in the future.
Absolutely.
Plus,
it's a win-win.
Listen to your customer. I think those are very, very good things that I took from this conversation, and I hope everybody else at home listens and understands and really puts into action. This has been awesome. Thank you, Raiza. I appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been great.
All right, guys, that is episode number 6 of the Level Up Project.